Hey friends, and welcome back to Channel Surf with Jazz. If this is your first time here, I'm Jazz and I watch a shit ton of TV. I have been recapping season 10 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And as you guys know, if you've been here before, I've been recapping with some of my favorite online creators. And today is no different. I have Lindsay The Bravoholic here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We're also going to dive into her experience at BravoCon because she went and I didn't. So I am having serious FOMO. I need to know. But let's bring Lindsay on to talk about the show and her experience. Hey,
Hi.
Lindsay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much. I love your content.
Thank you.
It's always so informative. You talk about all things Bravo, and yeah,
All
it's a one-stop shop for everything Bravo.
Everything, but I will say I got yelled at this weekend because I went to a panel of all of the housewives, but I have never watched Married to Medicine, and I was
Oh.
getting torn up. I'm like, okay, my mistake. I didn't know. I didn't know.
You should get into Married to Medicine. It's high drama. It takes place in Atlanta. The
Yeah,
ladies kind of like intersect with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like
yeah.
Phaedra's on one of the later seasons.
I saw that.
Um,
I've seen the doctors on the show,
yeah.
but I used to just think it was a doctor show, and that wasn't my thing. But I'm gonna get
Oh,
into it. I'll
yeah,
definitely make
girl.
time to get into
Oh,
it.
it is so dramatic because those ladies have been friends with each other for so long. Two of the doctors on there, one of them delivered the other's two sons, and like now
Oh,
the sons are
nice.
in college. Yeah, so they have lifelong friendships, and it's a wild ride.
I
So
have to make time
buckle
to get
in.
into it. Yeah,
Yeah, you
definitely.
should. So you went to BravoCon,
Mhm.
and I need to know what's the tea. Did you have any encounters with any people who are like particularly nice or
Oh my gosh.
particularly rude?
Everyone, for the most part, was so nice, and I wasn't expecting people to, like, recognize me. I had no idea. I think there are so many burner accounts out there, like,
Mhm.
if somebody or people are just not commenting and not liking, and they're just watching everything, so they're out there. It was an amazing experience. The only person that was slightly rude was Gretchen, which I'm okay with.
You know, that tracks with who we all think Gretchen is.
Yeah.
So I'm not shocked that she was rude.
Because the reason I think she was rude is she used to message me quite a bit, and then I had to turn on her, and she wasn't happy with me, but she would still talk to me here and there. So I waved at her, and she was like, I'm like, I know that you know who I am, and but it's fine. It's okay.
Stop. What did she used to message you about? Just
Oh,
talking shit about the show?
constant. Because when she started, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're back." I really wanted her to take down Tamara, and then she went too far, and I couldn't. I think she just wanted to put her like name in front of me, like I'm a person, and hoping that I would be on her side, knowing
Mhm.
where the season goes. And I had to turn on her eventually, and she was not pleased. But
Oh my
I will.
gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I'm not shocked about that. I actually have not watched this last season of
Oh
OC and
my.
I desperately need to get into it because unpopular opinion. So, and I think it's because I met Tamara before, like we had her on Reality with the King.
Yeah,
She was so nice. And then like
I
we
get.
started following each other on social media. And so I think when I have the opportunity to meet the housewives, and you know this, right? When you have
I
the
know.
opportunity to meet the housewives and get to know them a little bit. Now, I only got to know her in the capacity of her being a guest on the podcast. I don't know her
Yeah.
personally, but she was so kind. Like she was so sweet. So I'm always like, I know she gets a bad rap on the show and she does a lot, but she was genuinely like a good person when I met
That's
her.
how I feel about Lisa Barlow.
Yeah.
Lisa Barlow and I are buds. I can't, like, I can never turn on my girl. Like, we're friends. So that's how I feel about her, no matter what she does. Like, she said that she can't discriminate and she, like, donates to, like, Satan, like, every religion. And I'm like, I think you can discriminate there. Like,
Yes,
I
you
can't.
can.
But yeah, so that's how I feel about Lisa Barlow. But Tamra, she blocked me. So we are not, but,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, look, listen, at some point we're all gonna be blocked by
Okay.
one of these people. Do you watch The Valley?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I heard some tea, actually, a creator on TikTok. He was
Yeah.
saying that she was in line to take photos with Kristen Doty from
Okay.
The Valley,
Yeah.
and Luke, her fiance and the father of her child, was standing off to the side, and he was just like a motor mouth, like yapping at the mouth, and he was telling them, like anybody who would listen, like Kristen has one more year in LA, and we need to move, otherwise I'm leaving. Like I'm paraphrasing here, but it was like stuff that you shouldn't be saying to just like
I've heard
general
so
fans.
much of that, like, people in the background saying stuff like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know that it's going to get around. And when people hear it, they will message people like us.
Yes.
So I heard around, not the Valley, but wannabe Valley, Brock saw somebody recently that happens to know me. And I got a message that he is trying to talk to Bravo about a show of him and Sheena in Australia. So it just seems like the Valley, like they're all falling apart over there.
Yeah. Are you shocked that Sheena isn't gonna be full-time on The Valley?
I feel like she needs a break. I
Mhm.
feel, but I think she wants to be on the show, but I think she's involved in every drama of so many things that I think she needs a little bit of a break.
I feel a little bad for her because I think when she released her book and exposed that Brock cheated on her, I think one, she was expecting the Ariana treatment. And then
Oh, yeah.
two, I think she also expected that to solidify her a spot on the Valley so that we could
Yeah.
like dive into that. And so the fact that it didn't happen, I'm just like, oh, I know she is seething
Oh,
that Lala is full time and she's not.
and they had a falling out,
That's
which
what I heard.
is so interesting. We cannot keep track of everything going on
Yeah.
in the Valley, Vanderpump, which I'm so nervous for the new Vanderpump. How do you feel?
Oh my gosh, I don't think it's gonna be good, and I hate that I feel like that because I was watching the trailer. Actually, I did a reaction to the trailer. I just never put it on my YouTube. I need to. They
Yeah.
have carbon copies of like there's a wannabe Stassi on there. You can tell there's a wannabe Jax, and I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
they're trying to recreate the magic and like Vanderpump was like lightning in a bottle. You cannot recreate that.
You cannot. There's no second Sandoval. There's no other Stassi. And I feel like they tried to do that on the Vanderpump Villa. Like they tried to have a Jackson, a Stassi, and I really only watch that show now because Stassi's on it. You're not
Mhm.
gonna have a different Stassi and Jax. They need to
Right.
stop trying to recreate it, but I understand. I mean,
The checks are gonna come in regardless, so I feel like Lisa Vanderpump is just like, "Hey, if y'all are gonna pay me for another season of this, I'll keep doing it at this
seriously.
point," you know? She
And
wants her
I'm so
money.
confused.
Yeah, listen, another reality show, we're gonna watch it, and we'll
We're
we'll be talking about it, so
and we'll have something to say about it.
right, we'll complain about it, but we're gonna watch it at the end of the day, and that's all these
Yeah.
networks care about. They're like, "Are their asses in seats watching the shows?"
Oh, yeah.
Yes, cool. Well, listen, we are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, but it was lovely to do a little like Bravo
Oh, I love it.
trivia. That's what you get when you talk to the Bravoholic. You get to talk
Oh,
about all the Bravo shows.
endless. It's endless. My husband, he came to BravoCon with me, and I was just in my, like, world, and he's "This is
Yes.
so weird watching you, like, talk Bravo with everybody." I'm like, "These are my people."
Yeah, this is your family. Like this is your
Yeah,
whole domain. You
yeah,
oversee
yeah,
all things Bravo.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, I love that. So let's get into season 10, episode 7. This episode was titled Guess Who's Back, okay? And
Yes,
we all know the who in the Guess Who's Back.
of
But
course.
before we get to her big scene, let's just talk about the opening. Some funny things happened. Kay is getting her salmon sperm facial.
Yes.
What I want to try a salmon sperm facial. I heard Kim Kardashian, she was talking about it in All Spare, and
Yeah,
it seems like the new thing. I want to try it. What about you?
I wanna try it too, and the person that made me wanna try it was Heather Dubrow on the Orange County reunion. Her skin looked so amazing, and also at
Oh.
BravoCon, she was saying things that were inexpensive to make your skin look perfect, and she said, "Aquaphor, the little tube under your eyes, I will do anything that Heather Dubrow says."
Stop it. I have a big jug of Aquaphor
Yeah,
because I put it on, like, my hands and my feet to keep my skin
yeah.
soft. So
He
just
said,
put it
"Just
under
put it
my eyes?
under your eyes," and I'm like, "I'll do whatever you say." Yeah,
Whatever I can do. And anti-aging, if Heather Dubrow says it, I'm gonna try it.
and yeah,
And then we get to the next scene, and Angel is talking about a magazine spread that she and Bobby are getting to showcase their Colorado home, and it just kind of leads to her saying that they wanna buy a fixer-upper
yeah,
in Maryland, and she goes, "You know, we can give her for a cool 2.5, maybe 3." And I'm like,
right.
"Oh, 2.5 million, maybe $3 million for a
And
fixer-upper?"
like, that's literally nuts, so it's gonna be like $4 million.
At the end of it all, and it's just like 2.5 to 3, you could probably find something that's already turnkey, but, you know,
Angel Angel and Kay, I'm trying. I'm
Mhm.
really trying. I like Kay more this season because she's, like, talking and she has a personality, but they're just Debbie Downers. I want to like them so bad, but
Yeah, they're madness and sadness, that's what somebody called
yeah,
them on
yeah,
Twitter. When Angel said this, my first instinct was like, "Oh, here she is, like, talking about money again. But then I was like, wait a minute, this is what housewives do. This is what we watch them for. Like
Oh, for
if
sure.
you have $2.5 to $3 million to spend on a fixer upper, that's what we want because when we get housewives who don't have the means, we complain about it. So I had to check myself
Oh,
in
it's
that
true.
scene. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I think overall Angel is getting on my nerves. So everything she does, I'm like, but then I was like, wait, girl,
But that's the
the
same
bias
as
is
Steph
showing.
in Miami. Do you watch Miami?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Listen, confession, I
That's
have tried on multiple occasions to get into Miami. It's like it's the one franchise that like outside of Dubai that I'm just like I don't think that's going to be one that's going to be in my arsenal.
Oh, I love season 2 of Dubai. In Miami right now, well, I love Chanel Ayan. I love Chanel Ayan and Telline and Caroline Stanbury. But Miami is gold right now, like one of the
Mhm.
best reunions of all time. But
That's what I
people,
heard.
it's so good. But people come for Steph because she's constantly talking about her private jet, this, that, and it's so annoying. But it's you're right. That's why we watch the show because,
Mhm.
but it does get annoying. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I think
And
Angel, the thing is, she just brags like about her husband, and she was like bragging to Jazzy about him being like a really good player.
a
And there's
starter.
different levels of the NFL, and I'm like, but there's also different levels of housewives. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and you ain't on the top, sweetie.
no. So please,
Yeah, Angel's she's an interesting character, and I know they showed that scene because of what we saw in the mid-season trailer about the issues with her home, so I know that's kind of gonna come back to bite her in the butt.
for sure.
I'm excited to see it. So
Oh,
then we move on to what's like the first main scene of the episode,
mhm.
and it's like Tia and her children, they're FaceTiming her mom. I love her family. I feel like her daughters remind me of like how Gizelle's daughters were when they were
Yes.
younger and living with her.
Yeah.
It's always so sweet. And then she was talking about like how her family is a part of the royal family and she was photographed in some society magazine back in the day and
Yeah.
she was holding a cigarette and that's how her mom found out that she was smoking.
Yeah.
I don't know why her saying that she was photographed in like a society magazine. It reminded me of Tinsley from Roni.
Oh my gosh, Tinsley.
'Cause
I
she was the socialite of New York City.
I miss Tinsley so much. I think she's so underrated, and you're so
Mhm,
right. It's like a Tinsley
mhm.
meets Dorit moment with the cigarette.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
miss Tinsley so much, so much. I feel like people don't talk about her enough. Her and her mom were such a great dynamic.
Yeah,
But Tia, out of all of the new housewives, my favorite. I really like her so far.
even over Stacey, 'cause Stacey's like the fan favorite of
Well,
in the new
better
housewife.
than Stacey.
Okay.
She's like a level of her own, like, she doesn't
Yeah.
even count. She's become one of my, like, favorite of all time. Like, she just went right up there.
Mhm, mhm, and it's 'cause she's so unbothered by everything, and I
Yeah,
think to your point with Tia, Tia's a standout to me 'cause Tia is one of those housewives that, like, she fits so seamlessly into the
yeah.
group, like, we see Angel, and Angel is trying way too hard, and then we get some housewives who, like, they just don't try enough. I'm thinking about you, Peggy, from OC, the 100th housewife that, like,
Oh my god.
nobody remembers, right?
I can't even picture her face, like, but I know who you're talking about. It's that
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and so she was a housewife that I'm like, "You didn't try hard enough." Like, even Andy said, "I wish we had somebody more iconic for the 100th the 100th housewife." But, yeah, so we see some women who don't try hard enough, some who try too hard. I feel like Tia is such a sweet spot. She
Yes,
laughs everything off. She can read the girls. She's very quick-witted. She doesn't let anything, like, stick to her. She doesn't get too upset, and even if when
yeah,
she does get upset, she quickly learns how to turn it into a joke. She's the
she
blueprint
is,
for what these new housewives need to study when they come
truly.
into the show.
Like, when who was making fun of her accent? Who was it?
Uh, I think was it Kay?
I think it was Kay, but, like, she was insulting her and she took it, but then she was like, "You know what? I don't care."
Yeah.
Brush it off quickly. I love it. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
her.
I love Tia. So we move on into the next scene. This is like the big return of Monique Samuels. First of all, how do you feel about Monique overall as a housewife?
I like Monique. I ran into her at BravoCon, and she was the only one. I don't know what it was. I just like stuttered and I didn't know what to say.
It's probably because she was so pretty. Like that's a
She's
beautiful
so
woman.
beautiful. Like her hair, like everything. I was just like, I don't know why, but she's stunning. And I was like, I don't think that you ever should have left. and she said something along the lines of, "I needed a break," or like she doesn't want to come back full time was like the sound of it. But I really liked her, but obviously that Candace stuff was a
Yeah.
lot. But
Mhm.
Candace was never one of my favorites. I always
Mhm.
thought that her insults were just too far. I'm all for saying your opinion and coming for somebody, but I just don't like, I personally don't come for appearance. And I feel like Candace, that was always her go-to was appearance. And so that's,
Mhm.
I think, why she wasn't one of my favorites. So I was kind of team Monique in a way.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. No, that's understandable. I'm very passionately, like, Team Candace,
Yeah.
not to the point where I am unable to find fault in her actions, right? Like,
Right.
I think Candace is one of those housewives to me. I just really loved her background, I loved her story, how she was cute, you know what I mean? Like,
So
the
cute.
dynamic with her mom was really interesting, the
Yeah.
dynamic with her and Chris was really interesting, and then her manager, personal note, her managers actually were from the same hometown,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, one of his best friends is one of my best friends, and so I'm cool with her manager, and then by way, like, I've been able to hang out with Candace a couple
Oh,
times, like, I went to her birthday party a couple years ago at her house, so, like, and listen, I'm always very upfront with, like, this is why I'm kind of team this housewife because,
yeah.
like I said in the beginning, once you get to know people personally, you're like, "Okay, I can vouch for you and say you might come off one way on the show,
Yes.
but being around you, I know that's not your, like, permanent state of being,
It's
so
like if I love Lisa Barlow, I mean, anybody has a bad
Lisa Barlow's hilarious, though, like, I think she's so because she's so camp, like, she's so over the top to
Yes.
me.
You
Yeah.
can't not love her. She's just pure entertainment. But don't get me wrong about Candace. Every single season, I want to like her so badly. Like, the only thing that I like more than fashion or more than Bravo is fashion, and I love her outfits. And
Mhm,
she's like
mhm.
the best singer of all of the housewives. So every season, I'm like, I'm gonna like her. I'm gonna like her. And that was me with Wendy before too, and I started to
Mhm.
like her before all of this stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I want to like Candace. It's just maybe one day. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's understandable. I This is a forum for us to disagree. I'm not trying to persuade you to do it, you know
No,
what I mean?
that's the my husband doesn't believe me, but I'm like, "I love an opposite opinion." He's like, "No, you don't." I'm like, "I really, really do because it's a
Yes.
conversation." Yeah.
Exactly, and that's the way for me to learn and evolve. This I'm going off on a completely different tangent because
Yeah.
it's not housewife related, but yeah, I welcome that all the time. I'm like, please, if you
Always.
have an opposing opinion of mine, let's talk about it because how can I, one, confirm that I still believe what I believe, or
Yeah.
two, learn new things and change my belief and evolve if I'm not being challenged?
I so love
Hello.
that. I will talk to anybody about anything. Let's speak calmly about our opposite opinions, and
Yeah.
then seriously, it's the best.
It's perfect, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But yes, with Monique, I will say the way I felt about her coming back, I will say I was indifferent, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, excited for her to come back, but it's just genuinely when a housewife leaves the show, it takes me, like, the first couple of episodes of the following season to get used to them not being there, but then
Right.
I'm just like, "Okay," like, we move on. So, me being indifferent about her return had nothing to do with liking Candace, it was more just like, "Oh, okay, well,
Right.
she was gone off of the show and, we just kinda moved on."
Right.
But yeah, like, seeing her was really good. She seems I know she made a joke and said she was 300 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
feels lighter, like, her energy
Yeah.
seems so light.
But T'Challa,
I
that made
know,
me
listen,
so sad.
when
That
she
made me
started
so sad.
crying, talking
Yeah.
about him, I was like, "Oh my
Like,
goodness."
I'm not about to start crying about a bird right now. So, but it's so cute how much she loves her birds.
Yeah, yeah, she has a new bird now. I think the bird's name is Shukmet?
That might be right. But I
Yeah.
will say the reason that I would like, I'm happy she's back. I find it interesting, but I'm so team Stacey that I'm like, you guys are only bringing her in to piss Stacey off. And this is such a silly storyline. Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
if he went for Chris, who cares?
No one should care that much. Ashley and Gizelle are literally the only people in the world who care, and I guess Kay by way of the two of them, because I'm
Yeah.
like, they're divorced. Chris is a single man with resources. Stacey is a beautiful woman. Those types of people tend to find each other. That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, and, like, you could just see Stacey's face, like, she was uncomfortable because she knew something's coming her way, and I don't love that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love when somebody comes back because I always wanna know what's going on in their lives.
Yeah, and her and Ashley were catching up about what had been going on, and, like, we obviously knew her and Chris were divorced, but they touched on that, and I wanna ask you, just based off what you know from Monique from the seasons that she was on the show, when you heard about her and Chris getting a divorce, were you shocked by that?
I feel like they seemed like one of the more normal housewives couples. Like, I
Mhm.
don't think that we saw much drama between them. Do you think that we did?
Not on The Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'll
Okay,
tell you. So there was a show on the Oprah Winfrey Network on OWN,
okay,
actually executive produced by Carlos King's Kingdom Reign production company, and it was called Love and Marriage DC, and
okay,
Monique was on season 1. So this was like post Potomac, and she was
got
on
it.
this show, Love and Marriage DC, and it's all about these couples in like the DMV area,
Yeah,
really. And on that show, that was when I was like, "Oh, she does not like this man." It was so
huh,
evident on that show. Yes, so when it came out that they were getting a divorce, I was like, "I'm not shocked based on what I saw on
right.
Love and Marriage DC." Now, if I had never seen her on that show and just
Yeah,
Potomac, I would have been a little surprised, but if you
yeah,
have a chance, maybe like YouTube some clips of Monique and Chris on Love and Marriage DC,
I will.
you'll see, yeah, the disdain that she had for him was palatable on that show.
How interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Potomac, out of all the housewives, is my husband's favorite to watch, and I'm trying to remember the line that he always used to say that Chris Samuel said, I can't think of it right now,
Yeah.
but we liked them. So, yeah, I'll definitely look that up.
Yeah, but she's divorced from Chris now, she's not dating, which I
Mhm.
find to be so surprising, but it's only because I'm like, "You're so beautiful, what
Stunning.
like, why aren't men trying to kick down your door to
Right.
date you?" But she seems like she runs a very strict program, so I can see it being hard for a man to actually get
Yeah.
close to her, you know what I mean?
I feel like she's not on the dating apps. She's not really leaving her house. I feel like it's possible, but this is so off topic, but like Khloe Kardashian, like
Yes.
she's been celibate for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess if you just stay at home with your kids or your pets or whatever, like it's possible when you're stunning, you know?
I imagine so. I did see that. I've been, like, catching up on this latest season of The Kardashians, and I did see them say Chloe hasn't, and I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah, that's interesting."
But after Tristan and
Yeah.
Lamar, I'm sure she needs a break.
Oh, yeah, no, I can only imagine, especially like, Tristan, oh my
Like,
gosh.
what in the world
Yeah,
is
he is a
wrong
piece
with
of
him?
work. Yeah, he was definitely a piece
I'm like,
we'll come back and do, like, a recap of The Kardashians too, because
what
I have, like, lots
what
to
did
say
you
about
I
them.
just saw this morning that Lamar lit all of her journals on fire. This morning I saw that. I don't know what that I saw like a clip and I'm like, okay, like this is why. This is why it's been 3 years because she's
Exactly. Yeah. That's so mean of him to do.
so horrible. Like
Gosh.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then so Monique talks about not dating. She also talks about being in this new, like, reawakening journey or on this reawakening journey, and she said the thing that sent her on the journey was the fight with Candace, and we just briefly
Right.
spoke about that, and I love that Ashley said in the confessional, she acknowledged that Monique made a mistake and the women kind of turned on her, but she was like, "That mistake shouldn't be an assessment of her overall character."
Mm,
Like, I agree with that so much. I think that as crazy as that fight was, and I really wish it never happened, because, like, for one,
yeah.
we should never be resorting to violence, you know what
No.
I mean? Especially the Housewives is like a sisterhood, and, like, I know they do some crazy things too, like, they say some crazy shit about each other. They should never be fighting each other.
No.
You know
Never.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I agree with Ashley though. It's like that shouldn't be an overall assessment of her character. And also people evolve. Like I think her saying that that sent her on a reawakening journey
Yeah.
was the perfect thing to say because it's like, hey, that happened. I am no longer that person. I want to move forward.
And I think that actually shows that she is a good person because if you were to do something like that and then be like, well, whatever, she deserved it,
Yeah.
then that would be a problem. But if she's focusing on herself and going to therapy and whatever she needs to do, then that's fine. Also, like Portia Williams is one of my favorites of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
forget that that ever even happened.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorites, she came back so Monique can come back too.
Exactly.
Crazy things happen. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You know, people think, yeah, like you said, things happen, people make mistakes. Like we are seeing the best and the worst of these women
Right.
sometimes, and that's unfortunately what happens when you sign up to be on such a public forum. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, I think the grace that we would extend to the closest people in our lives when they do something wrong, we should extend that grace to
I totally agree.
housewives. Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened to be on camera, which I
Mhm.
mean, I could not imagine. Yeah,
More I would be so mortified if that was on camera.
and it's forever. It's
It's
forever.
forever and, like, people won't allow her to forget about it. It's almost like, I'll say for lack of a better term, like a stain on her, like,
Yeah.
career as a housewife is because people are never gonna let her forget that, and that's unfortunate.
Hopefully they do because I really do think that people have let Portia forget her moments in so many housewives. There's countless. I don't know why Portia's the only one coming to mind at the moment, but so many have had crazy moments that it's okay. We'll move past it. Bravo fans are very forgiving.
Yes. They are, especially when you're likable. That's the thing with Portia. People are willing to forget a lot of
Yeah.
things about Portia because she's such a likable person. She's so funny,
So
and then it's also that pretty privilege because the bitch is beautiful, so of course,
stunning.
you know?
Stunning. But also like Tom Sandoval, like I was at 2 BravoCons ago and people like if they had tomatoes, they would have been throwing them. And at
Yeah.
this BravoCon, people were like people definitely booed him at one point, but it was like there were cheers. There people are laughing at him now. I never thought that we would see the day where people would be like laughing with him and at him.
Yeah,
So,
that's a great person to bring up.
yeah,
I never thought that it was okay, like, a lot of the hate that he got after. Did he do a shitty thing?
yeah,
Absolutely, and
yeah,
he's totally wrong, but I also feel like, unfortunately, people cheat, right? And then I'm not accepting it, but I feel like in his case, yes, he did this thing, it was so bad, but, like, people were sending him death threats and sending Raquel death threats, and I'm
yeah.
like, "It was never that serious,
Like,
guys."
oh my gosh, it should never be that far, like Tamara getting death threats, like all these crazy things, like it should never go that far, but I am so team Ariana that I get it, like people cheat, but I can never be like I don't know what it is. I'm so team Ariana that I can never be like people cheat. It's
Yeah.
the Sandoval is ingrained in me, but I can so laugh at him. Like,
Yeah, yeah, you're like, "No, that's my girl, and it will never be I will never see it for
oh,
Tom Sandoval." Yeah.
never, never.
Ariana's amazing though, like, the glow up should be studied.
So beautiful. She was one of the
Mhm.
first people that I saw. She was so nice to me, like genuine, sweet,
Yeah,
sweet soul. So
yeah.
nice to everybody. And she's gone through so much in her life. And I mean, that's why I will never give a Sandoval pass.
No, she seems like such a sweetheart and like a genuinely good person. Whenever I see her on Love Island and like how she interacts with the islanders and how she's so nice to them, it makes me feel bad for anything I've ever said against her. Now, I've never said anything like too crazy, but
Yeah,
like when the Scandival thing happened, I'm like, well, Ariana, the way they got together was not like
yeah.
kosher either. So like I talked about that a little bit, and I mean that's valid. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it does make me feel bad 'cause I'm like, she seems like a really sweet like, she's one of those people that if I saw her in person, I would not hesitate to go up to
Oh
speak
yeah.
to her because she seems like she would be so welcoming.
I was going up like ready to introduce myself. I've talked to her before and she's commented on my stuff, but she recognized me and my husband and
Oh,
was
oh my
so nice. I was like, if I'm ever sad, I'm just gonna look at this video. She's above and beyond.
aw,
Yeah,
I love that. Shout out to
so nice.
you, Ariana.
She's great. Great. Yeah.
So back to Ashley, a funny part about the scene between her and Monique is when Ashley told Monique that she started an apparel line with Gizelle, and Monique was like, gagged, like, "Why would you start an apparel line with Gizelle of all people?"
So I was cracking up, but seriously, what are you thinking? Yeah.
Do you think Giselle is a bad dresser?
I think she has her, but don't get me wrong, she is beautiful, beautiful,
Mhm,
beautiful.
mhm,
But she has some moments. She has some moments, but I do think there are times when people are too hard on her because she wore like the blue version of a dress that Lisa Vanderpump wore, and nobody said a thing about Lisa Vanderpump.
hmm,
So it was like a blue with a, and then Lisa Vanderpump wore a black version, and it's like she has her moments where she's dressing just fine, and I think people are looking to hate on her outfit, and
mhm.
then people were saying she's wearing shapewear, and it's like people wear that Skims as a shirt all the time, all the time. People are hard on her, but I also think rightfully so at sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely gave her fever for the
Yeah.
body sculpting shirt that she
Yeah.
wore earlier in the season, because I was just because it was also in that scene where she was trying to tell Tia
Yeah.
that what
Yeah.
she wore to the, yoga event wasn't stylish, and I'm like, "Giselle, let's pump the brakes, hun." But
I
yeah,
know.
I actually think she's getting better. Like, these last couple seasons, she's been like, she's not a fashion girl. I would never consider her a
No,
fashion girl, but she seems to be none of her fashions are egregious. That's what I'll say.
I agree. So I do a ranking of every reunion look, and I gave her
Yeah.
the dress last season. So, I
Oh.
mean, her outfit last season was great.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
pretty psyched
yeah.
she was dressed.
Yeah,
Either somewhere up there, I complimented her at least.
for sure, and, you know, again, like you mentioned, she gets away with so many. She's a beautiful one of the most beautiful housewives we've ever had,
My
for sure.
husband loves her.
Most men do, most men do. They also catch up about who Monique has kept in touch with. She hasn't spoken with Wendy since the fight. She spoke with Karen, the Grand Dame, a little bit right before she was sentenced and said that, like, she knew Karen was going to go to jail. Now, I wanna ask you, are you excited for the return of Karen later on this season when she sits down with Andy?
Absolutely, Karen, I love her so much. We love her so much that she was a gift for us for our wedding day. Somebody got us a cameo saying,
Stop!
we love Karen. So I'm yeah, I'm really excited, but of course, like what happened is
Yeah,
not great. And I
right,
will say that at BravoCon, she got a standing ovation.
as she
And like
should.
I love Karen, but there's something to it that she's coming back out of prison and we're so excited to see her back, but I don't want to give somebody like, what I don't know what I'm trying to say, but congratulate somebody for doing something bad and getting do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't wanna congratulate someone for reaping the consequences of their
Yeah,
own actions, and, like, she got 4 DUIs, that's never good. You should
no,
never be endangering people on the road, drinking and driving. Totally understood. I think she got, it was valid for her to go to
yeah,
jail, like, have to sit down for a while and really sit with the consequences of her actions, right? And
yeah,
so, her getting a standing ovation, that's just how we get down within the Bravoverse. Like,
it
us
is.
fans are just like, "Oh, our queen is back."
So I'm not gonna lie, I stood up for a second because I love her, and then I was like, this is a little
Then your morals kicked in, you're like, "Wait a minute, you
this
were
is a
drunk
little bit weird.
driving."
I'm
Yeah,
gonna sit down. Yeah.
yeah. I love Karen too, but I've spoken about how disappointed I was with the fact that she got 4 DUIs, and again, I mean, I think kind of like what we said with Monique, I know it's not apples to apples, but, like,
Mhm.
that's not an assessment of your overall character, and, like,
No,
I hope that she's being genuine when she says she wants to open up about her addiction, because addiction is a real thing, right? And it's if she wants to open up about that, if she's learned from it, that's great. Now, if there is a 5th DUI, I'm sorry, Ms.
we've we've
Grandon.
gotta be done if there's a fit.
Yeah,
We've
I'm
gotta be
I'm
done. Yeah.
I'm getting off the ride if there's a 5th one, so hopefully
Yeah, Shannon Bedore came back, but she owned it. She has made improvements. We all love her. So, like, we can move forward, but a 5th, I mean, I would be like, "We've gotta go.
exactly,
We've
yeah.
gotta be done." Yeah.
Yep, you'll be done. And
Yeah.
so then Ashley finally brings up Stacey, and she brings up Stacey in a way to just ask Monique if she knows who she is, and then says in her confessional she doesn't wanna muddy the waters, and tell Monique about Stacey and Chris, which I was shocked because 'cause I'm like, "This is unlike you. This is uncharacteristic of Ashley because she's usually
Yeah.
always ready to be messy."
And there was a moment this episode where she was like, "Stacey's so pretty," and I'm like, "Why are we all of a sudden being so nice to Stacey? What is going on right now? What is the switch?"
She goes back and forth with Stacey because last season, I think she mentioned, like, having a crush on Stacey or something like that.
Okay, that
Yeah,
would make sense. There's
yeah,
gotta be something there because she is, like, after her, but then so sweet, and maybe that's
yeah.
gotta be what it is.
I think she goes with what Gizelle is feeling, and I think her and Gizelle are clearly, like, strong allies, and
Mhm.
because Gizelle had this issue with Stacey, Ashley took it upon herself to make that issue her issue, but I think since Gizelle is starting to soften to Stacey, we're gonna see Ashley soften to her a lot more too.
I hope so. Yeah, Ashley was one of the last Bravo people I saw at BravoCon. She was so nice. She's, "I'm about to go home to the boys," or she was going to LA first and then with the boys, but she's so pretty. So pretty.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I historically have not been a fan of her because she's just
Yeah,
she seems really mean-spirited to me in
I
some
get it.
ways, but I she definitely is really beautiful, and I've actually only ever heard good things about people who have met her. I've never once heard that she, like,
No.
treated somebody rudely or that she was mean, so I'm really happy to hear that she seems like a really cool person.
Yeah, her and Candace are the people that I come in every season. I want to like you so bad, like every season. And I don't know. I'm still not loving her this season, but there's
Yeah.
part of me that's a fan and part of me that's what are we doing? Like, why are we coming for Stacey like this? Yeah.
Right. I think this I don't know. This might be Ashley's last full-time season though. I feel like she doesn't have anything really to offer us as a
No.
full-time housewife.
No.
I think she would be really good in a friend of capacity.
She's kind of made herself the new Robin, and Robin left. And it's like, why did you do this to yourself? You are
Mhm.
now like I think she'd be a perfect friend of, a
Yeah.
perfect friend of, but yeah, I'd like to see more of her. Like, I didn't like that she was coming for Stacey and acting like that was a fake relationship, which who knows about TJ. But it kind of feels like Josh is a fake relationship and she's projecting.
100%. Like, she met Josh, she was having adult fun with Josh, and
Yeah.
that's the extent of it. Like, you don't have to tell us that you guys are going on
No.
dates or, like, seeing each other. He's a booty call. That's
Yes.
fine.
We don't need him to be on the screen. No.
Right. We
No.
don't have to see him.
No. Seriously,
So
bring
then
on that guy from Love Hotel instead or something.
yeah, what was it? Was it Ralph, the guy?
Yeah, I think so. The one that
Okay.
everybody loved, every
Yeah.
single one of them. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm, yeah. So then we move on to Wendy's renovation. Production is especially shady this season because why did they give us the renovation cost breakdown considering everything that Wendy is going through?
It really sucks because last season I started to love her.
Mhm.
Love her, love her, love her. And I'm having a hard time, but this episode I was loving her. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I feel so weird about all of this. But I love her friendship with Stacey. And I love that Stacey is sticking up for Wendy right now.
yeah.
But yeah, they definitely went back and did some editing.
They did. It was super shady, and I'm the same with Wendy. Her first season, I was like, she's coming in very hot. She's a perfect example of a housewife that I felt was doing just way too much
Yes.
at first, but this season, she seems so light, and she even said herself, like, "I'm at a point in my life where I don't wanna take anything too seriously."
Yeah.
You know,
And
I love that.
Stacey. And at one point she looked at the camera and I was like, gold.
Very Abbott Elementary
Yeah.
slash The Office, yeah.
Yeah, it was gold. I'm like, "God, I still like her, but, it's
Yeah, we'll see what
hard."
happens with that because you know, at the end of the season, we're gonna get an update on everything, so we
Yeah.
shall see. But on a personal note with Wendy, she talks about her birthday, and she ended up celebrating her birthday in Nevis, but she was
Mhm.
saying how her father, like, didn't reach out to her, didn't wish her a happy birthday, and I think that's gonna come up again because do you remember in the trailer for this season, there's a scene that they have with Wendy, and Wendy says, "I realize he doesn't love me." Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yes, and I was like, "That can't be about Eddie."
Uh,
But
100% not about Eddie. Can't
no,
be.
no,
Yeah, so I
no
was
way.
wondering who it was about. I think it's gonna be about her dad.
You are so right. That's exactly what that is, and I completely forgot about that, but was wondering what that would be about. You're onto that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I harkened back to that. I was like, because yeah, I remember when that trailer came out and she said that, and I'm like, out of all the house husbands, that's never going
I
to
was
be
like,
Eddie's story. He
"No way."
loved her.
Especially on Wife Swap, you can see that she, like, runs that house.
Oh my god, her wife I loved Wife Swap, okay? They need to bring that back with, like, more episodes.
It was so good, but did you hear that the wife that she swapped with was, like, pissed for about her edit?
Yeah, because she
Yeah,
was saying something about she's neurodivergent, and
yeah,
she felt like they cut that part out to make
yeah.
her look like a bad mom, and, like, hey, to be honest, if that is something that she struggles with, and that's the reason why she, like, kinda took a step back from parenting, I would probably feel a little jaded too that they cut that context out.
Me too, but then you do have to think, okay, the kids are like her kids are, like, calling her lazy, and
Yeah.
there's gotta be I think it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with you, but yeah, all those ladies, I was in love with Angie K, her episode, I was like,
Me
"I
too.
love this woman."
So she somebody hates her, making her go to that house.
Oh, to when she opened up that toilet and she had to get the bag out of the toilet, I was like, this would have been the part of the show where I'm like, "I quit and
I
I'm
would be like,
going home."
"Get me home." Everybody else had a great like they're playing basketball inside, okay. There's a pig, okay, and then we have no running water?
Yeah.
Why? But yeah, it was great. It showed who Angie K is, and I fell in love with her during the
Yeah,
rest.
It was funny with the wife swap when we saw this scene of, Wendy's house being renovated, because in wife swap, they spilled, like, paint on her carpet, and I was
Mm.
like, "Oh, I wonder if this was, like, after the wife swap
Oh,
episode."
that's a good point because they definitely have to rip that out. That's
Yeah.
not coming out. Yeah.
No, it's not coming out. But yeah, back to what she was saying, like, with her dad, that he didn't wish her happy birthday, and she said she hadn't seen her dad physically in over 20 years, and I'm like, I can't imagine not seeing my dad. I don't live in the same city as my parents. I haven't seen my dad since April, and I'm
Oh
like, "This
my
is
gosh.
so long. I miss them."
My
Like,
dad is
I
literally
couldn't have.
downstairs right now watching my sons. Literally, like, right below me right now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be a special on all of these housewives parents. I feel like there's something
Ooh.
to that. There's something to the dads, there's something to the moms, like Muzzy and Candace's mom and
Mhm.
the first Bronwyn's mom and this Bronwyn's mom. There's something to these parents, and I would love
Sutton's mom.
yeah, Sutton's mom, Tinsley's mom.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I
All
would love a deep dive on all of these things. Yeah.
I would love that too. That's actually a really good idea. Bravo. Listen to us. But yeah, so that was sad with Wendy, and hopefully, she is able to. She seems like she has come to terms with the fact that she doesn't see him that often, and that they're not
Yeah,
super close. So,
yeah.
I always, as someone who loves their dad, though, I'm always like,
I
oh, she's so
know,
sad.
but at least she sees her mom a lot, even though she can be hard on her,
Yeah, yes,
you know? You
exactly.
might wanna
And then
trade.
right, and then she also has a great husband who loves and adores her, so she is getting that
Yes,
love from a strong male in her life, so
yes.
that's really good. So then we move on to Stacey showing us Shayo for the first time, which, like, I'm laughing at Stacey because, for one, they said that she got the brand together in 90 days, so I'm like, "Oh, she was certainly rushing," and it also leads me to question the quality control of her cannabis, because 'cause I'm just like, can you really source and find the best strains? And I'm not a cannabis, I don't partake, but I know there's, like, different strains and all of that. Can you actually source and find the best strains and get a brand together in 90 days?
I have no idea, but I made a post about this because she is proving some people right in this moment, even though she's my favorite. You are calling it happy. You are copying the company. You are
Exactly.
a Nigerian word. What are we doing? I thought it was hilarious. I mean, and she
Yeah.
does not even care. She's just whatever. That's what I'm doing.
That's what makes her so great. Because even, like, I wrote that down, I was like, "Love Stacey, but this is weird." Not the fact that she started the cannabis company, because there's room for everybody. The naming of it, a Nigerian name, and then that name translates to happy.
In my post, I was like, could we name it calm? Could we name it sleepy? Could we name it literally high? Like, I don't know any other word. Why not? Why happy?
Could we name it QVC? Like, literally anything else.
Anything, anything other than happy.
Right. She was really funny for that. But yeah, her naming it Shayo really feels deliberate. And
Yeah,
then Ashley calls her, and their FaceTime is just them talking about going to Jazzy's wedding. I brought this up though because I think this is one of Ashley's best confessional looks, is when she was talking in this scene. She has that black bob,
yes.
and then she has a burgundy, like, blazer with the gloves, and
I need
I'm
to
not even,
look.
like, a blazer lover, like,
Yeah,
usually, but that looks so good on Ashley, so I wanted to bring that up just to talk about the fashion.
I need to look back because she does have some really rough confessional
Yes,
moments.
yes,
Really rough. But yeah, I
yeah.
need to look back. But I love a blazer moment. I really do.
They all, you know what, I don't know if it's because, like, I'm really short, and so blazers always, they just swallow me up, I feel like I'm short, and then they make me just look, and then they make me look, depending on how my hair is, it gives very
Again,
much like teacher, like history professor, like, they I don't like blazers because they don't look good on me, so maybe I'm just
yeah.
jealous of everyone who looks good in a blazer.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure you could pull it off. Like, I bet it's always a hairstyle though sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm 5'7", so it's like completely different worlds.
Oh, no, you probably rock the hell out of a
Thank
blazer.
you.
Oh gosh, I'm jealous of all the tall girls. I'm
So
like almost 5'2". I'm like 5'1",
oh
and
my gosh, but
yeah.
I always used to wanna be 5'2", so it's ador I always wanted to be 5'2", 5'4", but, you can't choose.
Yeah, I know. You just kinda get what you get, right?
Right.
So yes, Ashley had a really good confessional look. And then we move on to the next scene. We get into Angel's sister Ingrid, and we don't see that much of Angel in this episode, which, like, kind of happy about
I
that.
was okay with it. I was definitely okay with it because I need a little bit of happiness, and somebody made an Instagram that she was the sad character in Inside Out. Did you ever see that?
Yes, she 100%. She's sad from Inside Out. She's
Yeah.
Eeyore from Winnie the
Oh my
Pooh.
gosh, Angel, we need to pick this up. And at BravoCon, she had her photo up and there was nobody in line. And I
Oh,
started to feel bad. I'm like, this is bad. And Kay walked down the hallway and nobody said hi. And I was like, hi, Kay. But I wasn't close enough to Angel to say anything. Otherwise, I would have. But they are kind of getting a little bit snubbed. They really are.
so embarrassing to
I
have.
know.
I think that's like one of my worst fears in life is that like I'll do something that's like a meet and greet and nobody comes.
Nobody was coming. And it was her and somebody else, so she wasn't alone. They kind of, like, formed together so they could I think it was Michael's from Southern Hospitality or something like that,
Mm,
and got to go, like, together, but, I mean, yeah,
yikes.
nightmare. Yeah,
That's so sad, but her sister was there, and this is a thing. Do you have any sisters?
I do.
Do you guys sound alike? Are your voices similar to each other?
We're so different, but sometimes I can feel when my voice sounds like hers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Angel and Ingrid sound just alike to me, and it made me laugh because, like, my sister and I, whenever I'm on FaceTime with my sister, if she doesn't have, like, her AirPods in, anybody that's in the background, they're like, "Who are you talking to?" Because that sound like, that's the same exact voice that you have,
that is
and
so
I
funny.
never think me and my sister sound the same. We have, like, different diction, like, we talk a little differently, but we both
Yeah,
have, like, deeper voices and stuff, so,
yeah,
like,
the
we do have
tone.
the same yeah, the tone, same kind of voice, so I was laughing at this scene 'cause I'm like, her and her sister sound exactly alike.
It's so funny, before my brother hit puberty, we had the same voice, so if my brother did something, I was in trouble, like, we could get each other in trouble. Now it's not it's not like that anymore.
Right.
We had the same voice back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, it's sibling things are funny because we all take after my dad. He has the deepest voice ever. So, like, all the girls, all the sisters, we all have deeper voices, and I used to get made fun of for my voice when I was
Oh my
younger.
god, I would never even think that you have a deep voice.
It's funny now because it, like, fits me, like, it sounds like an adult woman's voice
Yeah,
now. Like, I've had the same voice since I was, like, in elementary school, so imagine this voice calling, asking to speak to your child, and you're like, "Who the hell is this on my
that is so cute, though. My niece is kinda like that. She was born with a deep, like, cry. It's the
Mhm.
same thing, so cute.
Oh, it's hilarious. But yes, Angel and Ingrid sound alike. Angel is still so bothered by the catfish comment. And I'm like, girl, this is my problem with Angel. Get over it. It was a funny, shady thing. You should have owned it,
It was spot on, by the way.
girl. Because when I saw the first episode, I made a TikTok video about this and I was like, is it me or did Angel look very different in those photos that they showed of her in her intro?
100%. And when Gizelle brought the picture up, I was like, I see Tia. Like, I did not know who that was. I genuinely did not. And I mean, it's like Tia, how they were making fun of her accent, and she just was like, whatever.
Mhm.
Like, now it looks worse because you're taking it so hard. You're taking it so far. Just own it. You do a filter. She didn't even say that she uses a filter.
I was like, girl, we all use filters.
Like we all use them, but you might use them a little bit more.
Yeah,
Just a
please
little
use
bit.
that face tune.
And I get it. I had a baby a year ago. I understand, but don't just blame it on the baby. Like, you use a filter and it's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah. If she would have just owned it, Gizelle literally called Wendy the filter queen to her face, and Wendy laughed it off. They would have moved on from it if you would have just
seriously.
owned it.
It's these new housewives. Even I was saying this about Katie Janela, that I think she came in so hot in Orange
Yeah.
County thinking that people
Mhm.
were gonna come for her, and it just creates a problem in their time on the show when they should just come in like they're all gonna be nice to me, and I get it. But
Yeah. You
yeah,
gotta learn to move on, gotta learn to laugh at yourself because they are gonna come for you at some point. You just gotta read them back and then move on.
seriously.
That's it. Angel seemed much more upset in this scene with Wendy than with Gizelle, and that's also a thing with Angel is I can't tell if it's, like, because Kate doesn't see it for Wendy that Angel is just has inherited Kay's beef with
Yeah.
Wendy, because she's so much more mad at Wendy, and I'm like, "Giselle's the one who brought it up." Then she misquoted Wendy and said that Wendy said something while laughing, and I'm like, "No, they played the clip. Giselle was the one who said it."
Oh my, and remember how when she came in, she was like, "I'm gonna judge people on my own," and she was kind of defending Wendy at a moment,
Yeah.
and then all
Mhm.
of a sudden, you hate Wendy? It's like they really did have a side conversation, like they were saying, and came back to camera as a team, and it's like, you really be friends, be with each other, but you have so much just put yourself with Kay, and you've made, like, no other connections.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but, her sister gave her the most big sister advice ever when she was saying, like, "Clearly these ladies see you as a threat," and I'm like, that's the delusional advice I would give my sister and that my sister would give me. Everyone's just jealous of you. That's really
Right.
it. They just
Oh,
don't like
yeah.
you 'cause they're jealous.
That's always if you just have to look at yourself like, "They're jealous." I get it, but in this situation, no,
That's okay. Right.
no. I genuinely think Jazzy should have been picked instead. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love Jazzy a lot. I like her energy. I think she is drop dead gorgeous. I think the
beautiful.
story with her and Darius is we need to hear more about that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But when Andy was talking about who the best looking house husband is at the moment, he mentioned Angel's husband. So
Bobby.
so
Yeah.
it's interesting, like, maybe maybe Bobby's why she's on the show. I hate to say it.
That's hilarious. Look,
Yeah.
I'll allow it because he is a very attractive
Oh,
man. All respect to you,
yeah,
Angel. He's
he
fine. He's fine.
is. He's
Yeah.
very handsome, very
Yeah.
handsome. Yeah,
Exactly.
really good
Yeah.
good pick by Andy. I mean,
Exactly.
my mind went blank when they asked the question.
I love that. You know what? I'll go with that theory that
Yeah,
Andy he was selected because of her husband. It
yeah,
is what it is.
it's okay. Yeah,
So then we get back with Tia and her kids. And just a note, Tia's kids are a little defiant. They're at that age, like her twins are young enough to where they don't really want to do what she says. Her girls are teenagers and teen girls, so different. But I was like giggling at it seems like her and her husband Rob are like a little passive or like gentle in
yeah,
their parenting. And I'm like, oh, these kids, they're gonna run amok if
seriously.
Tia and Rob don't tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, and I love Tia, but it's so funny. It makes me think of how she's not gonna do she doesn't drive them around anywhere because she used to have a driver when she was younger, and I think she just kinda, like, takes it, like, the back seat, and she's I don't wanna do anything, like, but I love her, but they're gonna take over that house.
Oh, yeah, they totally are, but they seem like good kids at their core. So then we get to Greg's new house. What do you think of Greg for Kay? Do you like him for her?
Greg for Kate, no. No.
Mm.
I think that she became into this personality because he was gone. Like, she had no personality her first season.
Mhm,
I just
mhm.
think she needs to drop him personally. I don't like him. Yeah.
Their chemistry to me is so fake on screen. Like this season in particular, I feel like last season was a
Yeah.
testament to who he is as a person, and I think they're trying to clean up his image, and so
Yeah.
their chemistry now, so fake in that scene. I was like, "Get please, let's wrap this up."
I totally agree.
So Stacey and Wendy meet for lunch, and this is where production is they show off their comedic chops because they continuously show or underscore how similar the two of them are. They do this side by side with their clothes, and then they're just showing Wendy talk about all their similarities. They're ordering the same food,
The
the
grilled
same drink,
octopus and the
and
branzino.
the Branzino. Which sounded really good, by the way. I'm like, I need to check out that
Yeah.
restaurant next time I'm in the DMV. But yeah, this is when we infamously get Wendy's like stare look at the camera, Abbott Elementary slash The Office scene, which was like so funny. And then yeah, they show a flashback to Karen because Wendy's everybody in this group is a copycat.
Yeah.
Stacy's stealing my idea for cannabis. Karen stole my idea for the candles, and it
Oh,
flashes
she
back.
did. She did. It's just a flat and she's it's a different type of candle. This one's more for a centerpiece and that one's for a powder room.
Yeah, they're so funny for that. And then
Hilarious.
we switch over. We see Gizelle that she might be winning her will case. I don't want to dig too deeply into that. But then we go into Jazzy and Darius's wedding, which was super beautiful. Even though we only got literally like a slideshow of it, but it was so
Yeah.
beautiful.
So beautiful. I find that also interesting about the Stacey stuff, not standing up and I believe her though. I really do. I think she just has a lot going on.
Like
And
standing up in her wedding.
yeah, like she was saying that
Yeah.
she wasn't gonna go and wasn't gonna stand up because she's opening her line. And I think I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't think they're that close. Like I said this in one of the previous recaps. I was actually shocked that Jazzy asked Stacey to be a bridesmaid because I didn't think they were that close.
The only reason I think there's more to it was because they were both going after Mia
Yeah,
last season about Miami and everything. So I feel like they're closer than we think, but I
maybe.
who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a beautiful wedding. Congrats.
Yeah.
Hope the marriage is successful and
Me
long.
too. Yeah.
So then we are in the final scene of the show, which is the big pride scene, and we show everybody like rolling up to the bar. I have to say this, while I haven't been historically a fan of Ashley, Ash TLP, every
Yeah.
time she's in her drag king, I'm like, That I'm attracted to you.
She is so funny. She is just I feel like she is happier, like, when she's having so much fun.
Yes.
She's hilarious, and all the women think that she's hot when she's like that.
They really do. She seems like she's able to just let loose when she is
Yes,
actually I love that for her.
yes,
But then we get to, all of the names, and I cannot repeat here, okay?
yeah.
What was up with those names?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember, like, the best one. Oh, Giselle's.
Oh my gosh. I was like, "What?"
But I mean, Karen calls her that, but, like, with a G, not
Yeah.
a J.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was funny. I think Wendy's was, like, funny. It was like, "Degrees these nuts." Like, I can say that.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one was funny, but yeah, all of them were
something.
yeah, Kay's was really interesting.
So interesting. How do they think of these things?
I don't know. That's Ash TOP thinking,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the real Ashley.
yeah, seriously.
But then Monique is coming in, and the montage that they give Monique is like the biggest villain is coming back. And I was like,
Yeah,
why are they setting this up, like setting her up like this? But
yeah.
she came in with the best energy, I feel like.
I really think she did too, and I mean, gosh, I don't think that she was alone in that. Like, she should never have done what she did, but I really do think that Candace goes below the belt. Like,
Mhm.
neither one of them should have been saying or doing what they were doing, and it was like a joint thing. And obviously, Monique was the one in the major wrong in this situation. But yeah, I don't know why they're setting her up like that. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see what happens
yeah,
because, she comes in, we see her hug everyone, she hugs Gizelle, so it looks like bygones are bygones with
yeah.
that. And then we get into Kay kind of fulfilling her duties as given by production because I know she didn't think of this on her own to question Stacey and Monique about if they know each other and bringing up the whole husband thing.
Unless she's doing it for Gizelle and Ashley. Like, she's not doing it for herself. She's
Yeah.
doing it to be on the show or make Gizelle and Ashley happy. And that's all it seems like Kay is doing this season.
Mhm,
Yeah,
100%. I agree with you. But she asks the question, and then we get the black screen with the "to be continued." So,
I'm
I
excited.
guess we'll find I think Monique's gonna probably be like, "Oh, I don't care." I don't think she's gonna react, like, dramatically in the way that they're setting it up.
I hope not. I mean, I think it would be so silly because she seems so much happier without him.
Yeah.
But I think she's not going to care. Plus, I mean, Stacey says nothing happened. So who knows?
We'll see, and that's
Yeah.
it. So we will see what happens in the next episode. But before I let you go, this is something I do with all of my guests who come on to recap with me. It's called Dinner Party Guest List. So you are hosting your dream dinner party. You got your dream chef, your dream decor, everything. You have 5 seats, 5 invites that you can give out. Now, in
Yeah.
your case, you are the Bravoholic.
Yeah.
So tell me 5 people that are coming to your dinner party that they have to be within the Bravo universe.
Okay. Definitely Andy Cohen. Like,
Yes.
he gets one.
No one ever says Andy, like,
Um,
that he should be top of list.
he's most important. Rachel Zoe,
Ooh,
she is the reason why I watch Bravo. That's why I got into all of this, because I was
the
watching her
Rachel Zoe
from,
project.
yes. And then I saw Vicky doing a keg stand, and that was the end of that. I just got sucked in. I'm trying to think. This is so hard. So I have two down. I think Paige DeSorbo.
Ooh, that's an interesting one, okay.
Let's think. Let's think. Lisa Barlow
Mhm.
and Portia Williams.
Oh, this is gonna
Yeah,
be a fun party.
yeah. Or Phaedra. I need both of them. They're kind of like I need them together.
You're
So
frickin' frack. So frickin' frack is your, like, 5th guest.
yes, yes, for
You get a
sure.
2 for 1. So we got Andy Cohen, Rachel Zoe, Paige DeSorbo, Lisa Barlow, and then frickin' frack, which is
Yes.
comprised of Portia
And if
and
I could get a combo of Sierra and Paige and Amanda, that'd be
Mhm. The bed bugs is what you
yeah,
yeah, I love that. That's gonna be a fun dinner party.
yeah.
So, Lindsay, thank you so much for coming to chat with me about all things Bravo and Real Housewives of Potomac. Let my audience know where they can find you and follow you if you would like them to.
So I am on TikTok. It's at the Bravoholic, and then on Instagram, it's at the dot Bravoholic.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into my recap with Lindsay, the Bravoholic. Make sure you guys go and follow her because, like I said, she is such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all things Bravo. She literally knows everything. She covers every show on the network, and her recaps and reviews are always on point. So make sure you go follow her and then come back next week where I will be with another creator talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Talk to you soon. Bye.